All right, thank you. Thank you, Neha, for the introduction. Just quick, a little bit about myself. My name is Lily Yong. I run an accounting practice in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and I've been supporting small, medium businesses to onboard to e-invoice and using QuickBooks Online. So let me take you through to today's session on how to start, with e-invoice, how to start. It's really, there's just so much information, there's so much guidelines, So how to start with this whole e-invoice thing? Yeah. So how would I advise pro advisors, accountants, or even small, medium businesses on a step by step to start is to look at three areas in their business, three areas. First, people. Yeah. Secondly, processes. And the third, technology. Yeah. So people is most important. Without your people, who's going to do the implementation? So you got to look at the people aspect, at pulling it off, rolling it out, and thereafter on the day-to-day, on the preparation and the submission of e-invoice. Processes, all areas of the processes in a company, from sales and marketing all the way to accounting, finance, etc. And of course, technology, extremely important, where Damien will cover the technology part in QuickBooks Online for e-invoicing. Okay, let me go to a little bit more detail on people. So it says, train your people to be e-invoice ready. Yeah. And then the misconception, really, it is not just a finance issue. It's not just the finance people that needs to be trained. Everyone in the company needs to be trained about e-invoice and how e-invoice affects them. I give you a really good example, like procurement. For procurement people, for logistic personnel, got to train them how to look at the e-invoices that they are getting from their suppliers. Are they getting one? And then if it is valid, yeah. And for the IT people in the company, it's to look at whether the software is e-invoice ready. Should you be using the point of sale software for e-invoice, or should you be using the accounting software for e-invoice? Okay, next, let's look at sales. How does e-invoice affect sales? If your business is in a business to consumer, B2C segment, you would need to train your frontline people how to respond to customers who walk into your shop, buy a product, and request for an e-invoice. They got to know how to respond to the customers. It could be something like, all right, once you get the receipt, scan the QR code, and you got to request for an e-invoice within 3 working days. So these people needs to be trained how to respond to the customers. Yeah. Another really important people to train are your human resources staff. Why is it so? Because staff claims form a huge part of the e-invoice. You have staff who actually incur expenses on behalf of the company, like petrol, toll, parking, flight, overseas, expenses like hotel, travel, etc. So what do the staff need to do? What kind of documents do the staff need to do in order to support their claim process? And what would HR need to do to teach them, teach all the staff, what kind of supporting documents will be required and good for e-invoice? And of course, very important, the finance people. The finance people needs to be trained on what e-invoice generally is, what are the deadlines, what are the compliance requirements, when to submit, what to submit, etc. So this is the people aspect of your organization that needs to be educated of what e